Today we're looking at two underused SP-404 Mark II features, specifically the vocoder and the looper, and we're going to get into it as soon as I shout out today's patron. That shout out goes to Garen M. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. We are once again back at the SP-404 Mark II today. As you might have noticed, I also have a MIDI controller here. This is the Cynedo Tempo Key W25. I just used it because it's battery powered and it would hook up quickly via 1/8" cable to the 404, and I'm just powering it with a power bank. Cables out to the audio interface from the 404 and power to the wall. And then in front here, I actually have this Radio Shack microphone plugged into the mic input on the 404. So the 404 is really a jack of all trades, master of none. One of the common things I see people say with the 404 is that it has so many functions hidden behind so many button shortcuts that there's really no way to remember them all. And luckily, you don't need to use them all, but from time to time, it can be fun to explore some of those features that I feel are kind of underused. So first up, the SP-404 Mark II actually has a vocoder that you can control via MIDI. So to turn it on, we're going to turn on external source. And now you can hear my voice coming through the microphone. There's a gain switch on the front, which I think it's okay right now. Now to get to the vocoder, we need to go Shift and external source to get to input settings. From here, we can actually click in the enter knob and get to the effects setting. And the first one is going to be auto pitch, and the second one is going to be vocoder right there.
And as you can see, we have a whole bunch of different controls here for the vocoder, including the note, formant, tone, the balance, the chord, and the scale.
However, if you set a MIDI controller to channel 11, you can then control it
via MIDI, via MIDI, via MIDI, just like this. Ta-da!
And what's nice is that if you're not inputting a note via MIDI, if you are set to channel 11, it's not going to make any noise. I'm talking into the mic and nothing's happening, but as soon as I hit a key,
there we go. Yeah, so the vocoder sounds great.
There's obviously not a ton of controls for it. If you're using MIDI, you basically just get formant and tone.
But those work as expected.
I said those work as expected. They work fine.
But the real draw of the 404 is that we have access to all of these effects, so let's just throw some basic reverb on there. And let's go down an octave.
And now we have a really cool sound.
And of course, we can sample that to a pad.
This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action.
And we can once again put reverb on it.
This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action.
In my opinion, it sounds pretty great for something that's just built in. And again, we have all those controls over it too. So we can change the tone and the formant if we want to take that again here. Let's try that.
This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action.
Kind of messed up at the end, but that's okay. And since I did quantize it to 2 bars, we could just loop it. Let's also go in and normalize it.
This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action. This is the vocoder in action.
Yeah, pretty sick. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the vocoder. It's just really simple and has a few controls, but with MIDI and the fact that you can sample it to any pad with all the different effects, like there's a ton you could do right there. But I want to combine it with another underutilized feature on the 404, which is the looper. So to get there, we have to hit Shift and push Enter. That's going to ask if we want to switch out skip back sampling. That's the feature where the 404 is always listening to what you're playing, and it can pull it back up at any time, and it'll swap that feature out for the looper. So now if we hit Mark, we get the looper screen. Now, the looper is something that I've really only used once or twice. I didn't quite vibe with it, but I recently discovered that you can loop something and then put that loop onto a pad without having to stop the loop, which really makes for a pretty smooth flow if you're performing live. So I want to give that a shot. So here we are in the looper screen. We're going to set this to 2 measures. You can only go up to 4, which is kind of a bummer. but we'll go 2 measures. We'll keep it at 134 BPM. And I think we'll leave auto trig on. If I hold shift, I can actually pick a bus. Let's go ahead and just go dry for now. And we can change our routing. I'm going to go external in because I want to loop the audio coming in from the microphone. So I believe to start, I just hit record. So yeah.
This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the...
So record starts and stops it,
This is
and resample is the overdub.
This is the test of the looper running. 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 This is the test of the looper running.
So this hi-hat is hot, so let's leave the looper, and it's going to keep playing.
This is the test of the looper running. 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 This is the test of the looper running.
Oop, exit, mark, turn it off. Okay, cool. Now, I do know that a lot of the looper functions can also be adjusted or triggered via MIDI, so that will be a whole different video. But just the fact that the looper keeps playing even when you leave the looper is pretty cool. So let's hit play on our looper again and try to copy this to a pad. So I think I just hit copy. Yeah, select pad to save. Put it right there. Now I want to try and hit record to stop the loop at the same time that I hit this pad here to trigger it. Okay, we are no longer looping. Instead, we're going to loop this sample. That's sick. So now I can hit delete and clear the looper. Now the problem I'm hearing is that the click is out of sync with this. So let's try to loop some drums really quick. Oh, just realizing this might not work as well as I thought, because I need to set the routing to mix, but it's going to then also loop or attempt to loop this right here. So let's start it out of sync like we did before. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, it's doubled.
This is the test of the looper running.
It says overdub not available. Why is that?
This is the test of the looper running.
Oh.
This is the test of the...
Okay, so it doesn't work as well as I thought. However, if you're using it with external audio, then I think it does work really well because you can just keep looping things, right? So let's leave the looper, delete that sample right there, and let's try to layer these loops differently. So I want to go back to the looper. Okay, before we record though, we're gonna go to the routing and set it to external in. Okay, here we go.
This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running.
Okay, we're gonna copy that right here. We're gonna turn off gate and turn on loop for the sample. We stopped the looper, started the sample, sorry. Now we're going to go back to the looper. Or we're going to hit delete on the looper. Now we're going to try to do something else.
This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running.
Okay, that's sick. Let's copy that right here.
Running. running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running.
Now we could do something else with the looper.
Running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the
We're going to start down here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running.
I'm going to put that right here.
This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper running. This is the test of the looper.
There we go.
This is the test of the looper running. 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 This is the test of the looper running.
Yeah, sick. So this technique is actually more using the looper to sample while other samples are still playing. Because if we were to start this loop outside of the looper, so let's completely leave the looper. We'll just start this loop right here. If I hit record, it's going to completely stop all audio and try to sample something. And if I hit resample, that's just going to use the internal audio. So it would just use this audio right here, and it wouldn't get me anywhere. So you can use the looper to effectively sample while other samples are playing and other samples are running, and this should work while the pattern sequencer is running as well. Oh, here's a pattern I already had.
This is the test of the looper.
Let's try it.
This is the test of the looper running. 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 This is the test of the looper.
Yeah, sick.
This is the test of the looper running. 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 This is the test.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. That was kind of what I wanted out of this video. I wanted to explore the vocoder and a bit more of the looper, and I found some cool stuff that the looper can do. Found 1 or 2 drawbacks, but I kind of like those drawbacks because it forces you to get a little creative, which on the 404 there's workarounds for like everything. You just have to know the right button combinations. And it all ties into this kind of live performance thing that I've been looking at with the 404 specifically. So I'm excited to pursue this further. Yeah, I'm starting to think that this Sunday sessions might not be the live performance. Might have to push it back to next week as I learn more and more stuff I can do. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.